So my anxiety nearly ruined my entire trip. I almost went home. I'm doing great with this YouTube thing. Right? I got to Massachusetts on Friday, but I didn't get to Boston until Sunday. There's Paul Revere's house, that place right there. I'm not going to pay to go in because it's expensive. And took a few days to get up here and stopped in a couple small towns. Went to New Haven, went to Providence. Just kind of hung out for a few days. And then I got to Provincetown. Now, there wasn't anything inherently wrong with Provincetown. It's a little pricey there. Food is expensive, gas was definitely expensive, but the issue stemmed from me. Now, see, the issue was my anxiety. I had never been officially diagnosed by anybody, but at the same time, there were very clear signs of, from a young age, of me having anxiety. I had really bad social anxiety. I'd get very antsy in public situations, even to this day. Like, the problem was that I was in an area that I wasn't familiar with. A lot of the stuff was out of the price range for the budget that I was doing, and it's just, I couldn't be involved in a lot of stuff going on. And so between that and the fact that it's just all so new to me, and it started to get to my head, I went to take a walk, try to just get past it, thinking, okay, it's a little bit of anxiety, but nothing I can't get past. But as I was walking, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and I couldn't stop. So I walked back to the truck, got in the truck. I was like, okay, if I go for a drive, some fresh air, the air going through will make me feel better about it. But as I was going, I just kept feeling worse and worse. My heart rate was going up, my breathing was getting heavy. And then so I just pulled over into a gas station, and when I stopped, I just got insanely emotional out of nowhere. And in my head, I'm like sitting here thinking to myself, like, I don't know what's going on. I couldn't figure out why this was happening. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't figure it out. And so what I ended up doing is I called my mom. I was raised by a single mother. Yes, I'm a mama's boy. Get over yourself. I talked with her for a little bit, and eventually I started to calm down. But when it just happened, it happened. I couldn't do anything about it for probably about a good hour. I was just having a panic attack, and I could not control it. Part of it, I think, is just the social thing, which is why I'm kind of doing this the way that I am, to kind of push me into a scenario where I have to be in more social settings to kind of not so much get over it, but just make me more comfortable in these scenarios. I definitely still struggle. I mean, there are times where it's hard for me to set up and record because it's just weird to have so many people going by. But the more that I do it, the more I kind of look past it. But yeah, it was nothing against the town itself. It's just between the way I was traveling and the fact that I wasn't sleeping right, I wasn't eating the same way I normally would when I was at home. Hold on. Yeah, it was different. And over 2.5 weeks, it started to eat at me. I started making plans for packing up and turning around and just ending the road trip right there and then. I had kind of just given up for a little bit, that it was just rough. But then I started to realize, I am already, I'm in Massachusetts. I'm up in Boston at this point. When I was in Provincetown, I was like, I'm already halfway through the trip. Either way, I got a 12-hour drive to get back. So at this point, I started to calm down, started to get a little bit more rational about things. My mom kind of helped me get through it all, and just talking with me about stuff. At first, she was trying to get me to come home too, and understandably. But I'm already halfway there. So at this point, I gotta follow through. And I could not be happier about choosing to follow through, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have gotten up here to Massachusetts the way that I was before, up in Boston, and now I'm up in Revere. I'm at Revere Beach right now, actually, and it's amazing. It's a beautiful place. I feel at home for a big city. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be, and it's just it's more inviting. I like the area. I could see myself living up here at some point. But it's just, my anxiety just really, really, really took its toll on me after a while. And, I knew at some point there might be days like that. But I would just recommend at some point, if you're ever going through something like that, talk to somebody. Whether it's your friends, a specialist, just whoever you can. It makes a huge, huge, huge difference. And it's very much worth it.